What's on your playlist right now?
In my class.
Go to guilty pleasure food.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Hello, I'm Luis Carvajal-Carmona, originally from Colombia. I earned my PhD in human genetics from University College London and completed postdoctoral training at the Francis Crick Institute and the University of Oxford. I arrived in Davis in 2012 and currently serve as a professor at the School of Medicine and as the Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Diversity. In my roles as a professor and university administrator, I get to merge my dedication to health equity research with mentoring emerging faculty and nurturing scholars at UC Davis.
Welcome to Face to Face, Luis.
Thank you for having me.
Glad you're here with us. I'm going to ask you a few questions and get to know you a little bit better. First, I want to just acknowledge the UC Davis recent accomplishment, becoming eligible to be a Hispanic serving institution. Can you explain to the audience what opportunities that opens up for our students and our faculty in our university?
Yes, we are extremely happy with the new designation eligibility. It's going to be a great opportunity because UC Davis is one of the few institutions in the nation that are both R1 and HSI, and that is going to come up with a lot of opportunities for the students and faculty. It will open a lot of funding opportunities, and we believe that it's going to be helping Hispanic and non-Hispanic students. We look forward to working with the faculty to come up with programs that help us close equity gaps and for our students to have the best opportunity they can have here when they come to Davis.
Yeah, and you mentioned non-Hispanic students benefiting as well. One of the things I always tell people about diversity programming, it's for everybody. It improves the university environment, and it helps all of the community. So can you say a little bit about how that impacts non-Hispanic students?
I know. I will say that, when students come to Davis, it doesn't matter the race or ethnicity. A lot of they came from a history where they had a lot of, limited opportunities. And I think our goal when we develop new programs is to help everyone who needs help. I will say, first generation and low-income students are particularly going to benefit a lot from the programs. And, there are a lot of low-income and first-generation students that are non-Hispanics, and we look forward to working with them too.
Yeah, very true. I think sometimes we develop programmatic interventions for the minority communities, and we find that those are also applicable to the broader community and helps those students as well. So I think that's a really strong point. Talk about the vision for becoming a top HSI for STEM, for science, technology, engineering, and math. I know that's, and medicine. Mm-hmm. I know that's important to you.
Yeah, I mean, I work in STEM, so I am a cancer geneticist, and that's something that I am, very familiar with. And I think Davis has the potential to become the top HSI in STEM in the nation. That is an ambition that we have been sharing with you and our leaders. So I think the designation is going to help us come up with a lot of opportunities for those Latino, non-Latino students, first-generation students, low-income students to come to Davis and, pursue their dreams in science. And I think Davis is very well placed to be the top place for that.
I like the fact that you want to be the tops in the nation. That's always my aspiration for anything we do, so I appreciate that. You teach a first-year seminar currently. It's called Becoming a Latino Scientist. What are the biggest challenges for Latino students in STEM?
Because most of us are first generation, and I actually can relate to them because I am also first generation. So I basically developed the class thinking about what would have needed when I started my career, right? So in the class, we actually teach them with resources that we have. We have a lot of incredible resources for our students. When they come to Davis, they don't know much about them, right? So we were really close with them on showing them what they can do, what they can use, and also we expose them to professors like them who are also first-gen and Latinos. So they share with them their trajectory. And the idea is, the philosophy is see it to be it, you know? So when they see someone like me, an immigrant, first generation, someone with an accent who became a top professor in Davis, they would like to pursue that. And it's very rewarding because at the beginning of the class, I asked them, who wants to become a doctor? Who wants to go on to a PhD? Only few hands were raised. At the end, all of them. So I think it's a very rewarding class, and we want to expand it to other communities too. So it has been actually a really good experience.
See it to be it. That's one of my favorite sayings, and I fully embrace that. So thanks for that too. So you're also, among your other titles, you are the founding director of the Center for Advancing Cancer Health Equity. So what was the impetus behind starting that center, and how has that helped the community?
Yes, I work in cancer, and cancer is a devastating disease that that affects everyone in the community. And we know that there are important disparities. Basically, in certain communities have a higher incidence of cancer or a higher mortality. So we want to come up with community-focused approaches to close those gaps, to give all cancer patients the best chance they can have, and also to work a lot on prevention. Most of the cancers are preventable, but many communities don't have access to the information and resources. So we are developing culturally and linguistically tailored approaches to give them a good chance. And I would like to see less and less patients coming to Davis because we are preventing more cancers in the community. So the philosophy is behind that. We started that with an initiative called Lucha, which was focused on Latinos, but now this center is focusing on all communities in the region.
So health equity is a really important issue. Can you say a little bit more about why it's important to you personally that we address this?
I think, an issue that I'm having with medicine is progressing very, very quickly, and we are coming up with a lot of, new ways to prevent and treat disease, but not all communities have a good access to that information and resources. And we don't want all recent advances in medicine to expand those gaps, right? So I think in Davis, we have an active community working on this, and we are really well positioned to do this. So, I am doing this because I want to help our communities, and I think the approaches that we are developing are being recognized nationally. And ultimately, we want everyone to have a longer and happy life.
Indeed. So thanks for being a champion of all of our communities, Luis. I'm going to transition to a part of the show that we call Hot Seat.
Okay.
It just means I'm going to ask you some sort of rapid fire questions. I'm looking for a one word or one sentence short answer.
Okay.
Ready?
I'll do my best. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite vacation spot?
I just came from Colombia, so I'm Colombian, and I like that. So yeah.
Like to go home.
Yeah.
Favorite cuisine or dish?
Well, I have to say Colombian, but I also I'm a very fond of Mexican food. So
Okay.
Colombian and Mexican.
Mexican and Colombian. Best medical TV show?
Ooh. I don't watch my wife is very into medical TV shows. That's a hard one, actually. I actually don't watch medical TV shows.
Don't have one?
No.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Who is your biggest inspiration for your career?
I have been very fortunate to have a lot of good mentors, right? Well, my biggest inspiration in my life is my mother, right? She actually encouraged me to go to pursue my dreams, but I have been very fortunate to have great mentors along the way. In Colombia, my biochemistry teacher, her name was Gloria Pavon. She believed in me for the first time. In England, my postdoctoral mentor, Ian Tomlinson, was amazing. One of my PhD mentors, Dr. Supovi, she passed away a few years ago. She was one of the founders of the Human Genome Project. So they always supported me and helped me believe in me.
Yeah, those are all really good examples. And I share the mother being the biggest inspiration. I share that with you because the same is true for me. All right, I always ask this question for every guest. Who is at the top of your playlist right now?
Okay. So I just came from Colombia from vacation, and his name is Joe Arroyo. He's one of the great Colombian singers. And there is a song called Rebellion, which I was listening a lot during these past holidays.
Okay, I got to look that one up so I can hear what it
Send
sounds
you the
like.
link, yeah.
Okay. So now it's your turn to ask me anything. What would you like to know from me?
This question is about advice. I have been a professor for 12 years, but I have been in the university administration for only a year and a half. So I know you went through the same process. I wonder if you have any advice for professor wanting to become administrator on how to combine the two.
Well, I would say aim higher, first of all. But I think it's really important. We mentioned mentoring before. Finding mentors is so critical in any career aspiration. But also for us in higher ed, there are some really good leadership training opportunities and programs, which I'll be happy to share with you offline. But there are some good programs that can kind of give you a sense for what you have to do and what it's like when you're in the role. So happy to have somebody interested in those roles. Great.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes. Now I think, we have a lot of great news. Davis last year, we had the NIH prize, and then we have the HSI, designation. Where do you want to see UC Davis in 5 years with regards to the HSI designation? Yeah,
I'm so proud of us for having reached that eligibility. I would like to see us using that so that being a Hispanic serving or serving any community is just a normal part of our university operations. Doesn't have to be highlighted in any way because it's expected. That's how we serve our community. That's how we educate the population in California. So I'm glad that we have the designation and we get some notoriety for it. But in time, I would like to just see it be normal, and that's my goal.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming to talk with us today, Luis. I think we all got a lot out of what you had to say, and the audience is going to enjoy listening to it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And thanks to everyone for watching. We'll see you next time on Face to Face. Go Ags.